Good day, everybody. This is Yin Yang in California with Morsels of Thought number 1592. We are here on Mortgage Monday. We are reading a book called Launch, and it is by Jen Du Plessis, an Amazon bestseller. I shall show you the cover. It is of a how to take your business to new heights. So we are on page 50. We're on page 50, and we were reading up to the false allure of balance. Now, today is Morsels of a Thought number 1592. Morsels of a Thought are for people to gain a little bit of, quote, wisdom that is knowing what to do in life. And following what to do in life is called virtue. So I'm hoping we bring some virtue into the world this way, morsels of a thought at a time. 1592 means that I've been coming here for that many consecutive days. And I have one audience member that does come every single day. Ha 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 ha. Okay, we're in chapter 3, section 5, the false allure of balance. The big idea is don't strive. This is Lady Jen's words now. The big idea is don't strive for that elusive concept of balance. Use this time compression technique, which was where we take like tasks and put them together so that when we're doing them, instead of doing one thing, we do the, let's say there was an example where you would do something for one client, and while you're doing it, while you're at it, you do it for 5 clients and leave the other 4 for later on. So this is called the time compression technique. Use this time compression technique so you can dedicate 100% of your attention on what you need to accomplish and work more efficiently. Don't take a sip. Thank you. Okay. There's an anonymous quote in here. Try intensity and focus instead of long hours. Wow. That's pretty cool, huh? Okay. Lady Jen says, I don't believe in balance. I don't believe in the concept of balance. I don't believe in finding balance, quote unquote. I do believe that you can find peace, joy, and contentment, but just not through the myth of balance. The thought of balance, quote unquote, holds out a false allure for most everyone. You try to balance many different kinds of tasks at one time at work, with family, and in life. But what you get is a frustrating, anxiety inducing daily hustle and flurry. When you get rushed and sloppy, when you try to wedge in too many different types of efforts into the same time block, you get rushed and sloppy, and then you start sacrificing more time from family and life to be more successful. And there goes your attempt to find balance. Don't misunderstand, you can be super successful at work and at home and still have time to do the things you love to do. But it's not because you'll find balance, quote unquote. Instead, develop ways to work at 100% of your capacity and attention on the customer or person you're helping or the tasks and projects you're working on. Focus your efforts by practicing time compression. You'll complete your work more efficiently, your business will get better, and the time you have for your family and friends and life will be enriched. Section. Doesn't balance mean you're only functioning at 50%? When I think about balance, it makes me think of an old-fashioned hanging balance scale. When the scale is balanced, there is an equal weight in both trays. But of the total weight in those two trays, only 50% of the item is being weighed. Just like the balance scale, when at equilibrium, you might feel like you're balanced, but I believe you're truly functioning at 50% of capacity. You could be functioning at 100% of your capacity by focusing like a laser beam on the task at hand during the specific time you have blocked on your schedule to accomplish that task. Now, don't worship at the shrine of instant service is a subtitle. Don't worship at the shrine of instant service. In the mortgage industry, we're sales and service people. We're sales and service people. We inherently want to service our clients as quickly as possible. I guess at some point, everyone in the industry made a pilgrimage to the shrine of instant service. It's where we paid homage to the deity that tells us we must talk to the client the instant they call, no matter what else we're doing, or the deity that tells us we won't be worthy unless we're juggling 5 unrelated tasks at once on 5 different loans. That's the time compression concept. I'm here to tell you that you've got to change your religion. It's a detriment to your practice to try to serve a client as quickly as possible, no matter what the circumstances. It's a detriment to your practice for you or any of your staff to try to wedge together unrelated activities or tasks on different loans so that you can balance, quote unquote, the progress you're making on the loan process. Picture this scenario. You're driving to a meeting, or you're in a training seminar, or you may have been able to block out time to attend a parent teacher conference at your child's school. A client or potential calls and wants to have a conversation about their loan or about applying for a loan because they're buying a house or about refinancing. Do you take the call right then and attempt to engage in a productive conversation? No, no, no. Given the circumstances, are you going to be able to really engage 100% of your time and attention on the client? No. Are you going to be able to answer their questions in the detail they deserve? No. Are you going to be able to carefully note or remember all of the follow-up actions you might need to take as a result of the call? No. Worse yet, what percentage of the attention you're supposed to be giving to driving to your meeting or to your kid's teacher just went out the window? You will more than likely have to double back later and have another call to figure out what you missed on the first call. This is more time that's lost. Think of the folks you see in the grocery store. You know, the ones, not you, of course, who are on the phone while pushing a cart with a child while looking for the items they want. They're talking on the phone, they're pulling things off the shelf, putting them back, trying to keep their kid under control, bending down, talking, searching the shelves. Are they really giving full attention to anything they're doing? Not by a long shot. Now, I want to say that morsels of a thought, we are trying to get some wisdom from other people. And when we know the wisdom, we have a choice of whether we can do it. And if we do the right thing for ourselves, which may or may not be what we get from the morsels of a thought, then we are committing virtuous acts. So we want to bring more virtue in the world. Back to the book. Remember the image of that frazzled shopper in the grocery store the next time you're tempted to answer the phone and try to offer service to your client right away, right then and there, no matter what else you're doing? Not a pretty picture. If you do take the call, by the time you finish your conversation, you can't remember all of the details. You end up having the call. You end up having to call the customer back and ask your questions again, or try to disguise the fact that you need to ask the same questions by beating around the bush with other questions. Schedule and manage your client service. Schedule and manage your client service. A key benefit of using time compression is that it enables you to serve your customer better. get your work done more efficiently, and cut down the time you ultimately spend on this task. There is a way to manage and schedule these calls and conversations. Slot these kinds of conversations into the time block that you have reserved for having these calls and for delivering this customer service. Good morning. Good morning, Gina. During the day, if you're not in a position to give the customer 100% of your time and attention, like I just did 10% to Gina Portoff, like I go away from the book for, you know what I mean? What she means during the day, if you're not in a position to give the customer 100% of your time and attention, either don't answer the phone and let the call go to voicemail, or answer and tell the caller something such as, I answered your call because it is very important to me. However, I'm about to go into a meeting right now and am not able to give you my full attention. I want to spend the time to help you and answer your questions. Would it be okay if I called you between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. today when I am in front of my computer and can deliver 100% of my attention to serving you? Now, between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. is the time block that I generally reserve to take care of these types of calls and perform this service. And because I have that time reserved, I can compress the time I spend on these calls and get them done well and efficiently. You're skeptical. I understand. If you get a call from a client at 11:30 a.m., you feel duty bound to have a conversation right now, right then, not a few hours later. It's a natural instinct. It's what you learned on your pilgrimage. But that behavior just doesn't enable you to move your practice forward, and it probably doesn't enable you to provide world-class service to the customer. I've never had a client say, no, I don't want you to dedicate all of your attention to serving me. I want you to talk to me now when you're distracted or trying to do something else. Don't be afraid to ask them to schedule a better time to talk and then give them a time block during which you'll call them back. Make sure you get that last point. Give them a time block during which you'll call them back, not a specific time. Have you ever had your mind wandering during a meeting or application, thinking about the low appraisal that just came in, or an email from a client with more questions, or the client you forgot to call back at 1:30 because you got behind while in a meeting with another person? I bet you have, and I have too. This situation isn't serving anyone fully. You aren't getting back to or addressing the low appraisal, so everyone is waiting on you. The client on the other side of the email is becoming impatient because you haven't responded as quickly as you normally do. And you may have lost the other client because you didn't call back when you said you would. All this over part of the syndrome I call over serving, quote, end quote. As a salesperson, you're eager to please. Your natural tendency is to say something like, let me call you at 4 o'clock. But then 4 o'clock rolls around and you're tied up and it becomes 4:05, then 4:10, or you have an overlapping call that's gone on and now it's 4:15, and now you don't look very professional. Inform them you'll call them back during the time block, during the block during which you'll be making calls. Carve out an intentional interval for providing customer service on your daily schedule, and then slot the call into that intentional interval. By following this system, you'll always have the time you need to fully dedicate 100% of your attention to your client's questions and needs. You'll get all the details nailed down, and you'll deliver service that customers will rave about. Oh, and you'll stay sane, and you'll get more accomplished in less time, and you'll find you have more time to enjoy your life and your family and your friends. Now that's balance. So, morsels of a thought number 1592 means I've done this for that many days consecutively, and we're trying to get wisdom from other people. Intentional intervals for your team. This principle of dedicating 100% attention also holds true for your team members who work in areas such as processing. So, if a team member is pricing a loan or reviewing tax returns and pay stubs or trying to plug information into the loan operating system or LOS, loan operating system, LOS, then ideally they should be doing all the pricing in a batch, all the reviewing in a batch, all the plugging in a batch. They also should slot particular activities into particular time blocks. If they're flipping back and forth, getting distracted by other team members interrupting them, then they're not serving the client to the best of their ability. They're going to forget what they were doing, might make a mistake, or forget to follow up with something they're supposed to send to the client. Team members need to schedule intentional interviews. Excuse me. Team members need to schedule intentional intervals. If they go back and forth between unrelated activities or get interrupted and distracted, their client service will suffer. Schedule a specific time block. This is Jen's jots, 3 dots here. Schedule a specific time block each day for handling client service calls and needs. Next, if a client calls you when you're occupied with something else, slot a return call to them in a designated block, not a specific time. Don't try to provide service when you can't dedicate 100% of your time and attention to that service. Manage and schedule the time when you can offer 100% effort. This is crazy good. I'm thinking scheduling the things that will become phone calls for me, contacts with other people between 3 and 5 o'clock in my time. That would be really great. I could do that. I could really, really do that and become more competent. Yes, yes, yes. Next part is chapter 3, section 6. Are you playing offense or defense? The big idea is use your day to play offense. Base your time compressed schedule around prospecting for new business. Anonymous quote: complacency. When you're busy, it's easy. What? I don't get it. Complacency. When you're busy, it's easy. That means that when you're busy, it's easy for somebody to lead you somewhere else, and you're complacent with it. So it is important not to divide your time among different activities. It's a cliche in football. Defense wins championships. If you mostly play defense in your mortgage practice, however, all you'll win is a chance to try a different profession. You'll have to play offense. You have to play offense. Are you playing offense or defense in your practice? Do you spend your day reacting to what's happening, or do you spend your day making things happen and professionally responding? Here's what playing defense feels like: reading emails, emailing people instead of picking up the phone, surfing the web, running errands, answering status update calls, clearing conditions, returning phone calls, clarifying terms and fees, solving problems, putting out fires, explaining the next steps in the process. And here's what playing offense feels like: communicating proactively with clients and partners on loan status updates, sales visits with past clients and referral partners, following up on leads, making outbound phone calls, socializing at networking events, posting social media announcements, hosting client and referral partner appreciation events, marketing to your marketing to your database for more referrals, attending a closing, teaching a class, conducting a discovery meeting with a client, uninterrupted time completing a loan analysis. Spend more time on offense. This puts you in a scoring position to provide 5-star service, capital F, capital S, 5-star service, resulting in more referrals and happier clients. In a nutshell, playing offense is about positioning yourself as a leader who is proactive and who leans into their practice, instead of sitting back waiting for the next issue to present itself. Every interaction via email, phone, or in person by you, your team, or a person at your company either deposits or withdraws from your client's trust account. A short, nasty email by an upset processor or your lack of control when being challenged about your rates all create withdrawals and move clients and partners away from you and your practice. But things such as a quick, comforting phone call to explain the need for more documents or a fast 1-minute voicemail to a real estate agent to update them on the loan status so they can sell more homes instead of worrying about whether you are doing your job create huge deposits in the big picture and take no time at all. This is the true difference between offense and defense. What does your daily plan and mindset look like? Several things. Do you come to work every day thinking about your transactions that are in process or falling apart? Well, that's where you'll focus your time and energy. Do you come to work focused on finding another client? Well, then you'll direct your energy and time doing exactly that. Do you put priority on your emails, transaction issues, and conditions that need clearing? These are things that need attention. Just don't think you always have to work on them first. So, this is how to get an offense. Okay, and this part, how to get an offense. I'll read a few of these and then we'll go. Anticipate, anticipate, anticipate. You can become an offensive professional by being proactive on all fronts. It's not that complicated. Don't allow clients or real estate agents to call you for updates. Anticipate and reach out first. Get back to the basics. Call email updates to all parties in a transaction or to just chat. Schedule appointments for continued healthy relationships. Pick up the phone and call your referral partners. Ask for a coffee, lunch, or office appointment. Make your first and 10 calls. Pay attention and look for signs that someone needs more hand holding, is confused about something, or is struggling to get you a document you requested. Put meetings on your calendar. If you have appointments on your calendar, you'll keep them no matter how busy you think you are. You're not even in the game if you're simply waiting for the next ball to drop so you can react rather than respond. Get on the offense, talk to people, make contacts, and ask for opportunities. More of that business will come to you. There is plenty of business available for people who show true professionalism. So, that's how to get an offense. Next week, we will come to service your clients offensively and then use your time for smart action, and then 2 of Jen's jots. So we will get to this chapter, to this service your clients offensively next time with this on Monday. So today is Monday. It's been, I think Mother's Day was that yesterday? Yes, it was. And thanks for all the well wishes, Gina Pertoff. And I will talk to you guys again later. Okay. The Kinderhook guy, old Kinderhook.